we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you a special presentation of
Two Nerds, a podcast. Your home for everything movies, music, video games, and everything in between. With your hosts, Bunny the Bruiser, and Dynamite Jared Latching.
How's it going, everyone? We are Two Nerds, and this is a podcast. I am Bunny the Bruiser. And Jared is dumbfounded.
How you doing?
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Dynamite Jared. My cat is currently doing something to my dog. He's got his whole head wrapped up, sleeper hold. He's getting ready for NXT TakeOver, which is, as of this recording, a couple hours away. I'm sure we're going to talk about it.
Yes, a little bit, I guess. I mean, really, there's no point in going into in-depth, predictions and all that, because by the time people are listening to this, probably both events will probably be over. So
We can still throw some predictions out there.
yeah, but I'm just saying we don't need to, talk for an hour about it, but... You know.
We'll throw some bold predictions out there real quick, and whoever gets the card, because actually Survivor Series is actually a challenging card. I don't know who's going to win all these matches.
Yeah.
Like the team matches, Team Raw versus Team SmackDown, the men and the women's,
Yeah.
and then the tag teams. I don't know who's going to win those. I mean, I have ideas about what I would do, but my ideas usually drastically differ from what Vince McMahon's ideas are.
Yeah, obviously.
So we could have a contest, and whoever predicts the most correct answers wins. The loser is the loser.
Okay.
They have to upload a video of themselves dancing to Tyler Breeze's entrance music.
That's fine with me.
All right.
All right, so are we going to save that till the end, or are we getting to that right now, since we're on the subject?
It doesn't matter how it goes.
Well,
what would you rather talk about first? Because I know there's things to talk about.
Well, let's see. So since we're already on wrestling, let's just kind of breeze through it and keep the people that clicked on this video for the thumbnail, let's keep them in suspense on the subjects that will come later on in the show. So let's just stick with wrestling.
What's the thumbnail?
Huh?
What's the thumbnail?
The thumbnail is going to be... you're going to have to stay tuned later to hear us talk about it, but our thumbnail is going to be the man, the myth, the legend, Stan Lee.
Yeah, damn it.
And of course, a legend in his own right, Pikachu!
Oh yeah!
So we got a hell of a show today.
I've omitted the death of Stan Lee from my brain, and I only remember it every time someone tells me about it, and I'm like, man, that sucks all over again.
So, do you have this take? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. What do you want to talk about in the wrestling world first?
I was going to say, are we going to roll through... Before we get into predictions, I'll just say, right off the bat...
Some shit happened. Some shit went down this past week in wrestling.
Yeah.
And I think that we need to talk about it before we get into the predictions.
That's why, we need to lead up to this a little bit.
Let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
Because the entire Survivor Series card has changed.
Yes.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
So I'm literally mean over half the card. I think almost every match has changed as a result of something that happened on Monday night.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the things changed was already decided before Monday night, I guess. But we'll start on Monday night, and that is Nia Jax punched Becky Lynch's face off.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, absolutely potatoed her. I don't even know if you can call it a potato or a stiff. This legitimately just looked like she was just went into business for herself and clocked Becky Lynch in the face.
It certainly seemed that way. I mean, it was, I don't know, certainly seemed intentional, I guess. I mean, whether or not she meant to hit her that fucking hard.
How did she not mean to hit her that hard? it's wrestling. So I mean, like, you would think that these people would be trained in how to throw a working punch. Now, I've heard words like
She's
rumors.
stiff. That's been the rumor. This isn't a
Okay, but
uncommon
listen,
thing.
I've heard things about stiff wrestlers in the ring. Okay, like, like the thing was, people have always said, well, Stone Cold threw a stiff working punch. It was stiff. There's other guys, that have thrown stiff working punches and stuff like that. I can't even think. I think that Mankind, you know what I mean, was known to potato me, or not potato me.
Potato you.
That would be an honor. But potato people, nobody ever got hurt. Like, these people weren't coming out with broken jaws. They were just a little heavy-handed in the ring. Maybe you can feel the impact a little bit, but that's just nobody ever got their face broken. Nobody ever got a concussion from being punched in the face by these people that knew how to throw a working punch. And better yet, Brian Alvarez raised the point as with all these workers in the past, right? All these legendary people that knew how to work, they never hurt anybody, period. Can you tell me any like scenarios of major accidents that are known, like with like Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels or Stone Cold Steve Austin or even Hulk Hogan for that matter?
Steve Austin was on the receiving end of it, but
Steve Austin was on the receiving end of someone that actually knows how to work.
Yeah.
But that was like that
was
total,
just like that
was a
rare.
pile driver, which is a dangerous move to begin with. They weren't throwing working punches at people. But can you name anybody that like Stone Cold put him out of action for an extended period of time?
No, not from anything like at all. No, but certainly not from that sort of thing.
What about Shawn Michaels or Bret Hart?
Not to my knowledge. No, I don't think so.
No, these are all obviously world-class wrestlers that,
Yes.
at the top of the thing. Someone that people say doesn't know how to wrestle is Hulk Hogan. Was there anyone ever that I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but maybe I'm just missing someone. Was there ever anyone that Hulk Hogan just really hurt really bad?
I don't believe so.
Macho Man Randy Savage, did he ever accidentally put somebody out of action for a long period of time? Did Ric Flair ever accidentally break someone's face or break their legs or something?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. And if there is something, you can let me know in the comments below. But I assure you that it was never a situation where it was their fault. Nia Jax has a list, and she hasn't even been in the business for that long. She's got a list as long as probably Hulk Hogan's entire career matches of people that she's hurt. Seems like every time she gets in the ring with somebody, she fucks them up.
Yeah.
So
really, even in today's kind of modern era, people aren't getting hurt. Is everyone seems to be more safe with it now. The only one you could argue was a little unsafe is Rollins put 3 or 4 people on the shelf for a bit, but that was...
Well, I don't think today's working style is safe at all. People get hurt all the time. They get hurt now more than they ever have. But at the same time, it's usually people hurting themselves.
That's what I mean. It's not usually the other way around.
But, I mean, Rollins did hurt a few people out there. But, I mean, is anyone really going to question Rollins' in-ring ability? Rollins does at least Rollins does high risk, crazy stuff
to himself.
You know I mean? we're talking press slams and punches.
Yeah.
Some of the most basic, easy things to pull off in wrestling. These are entry level wrestling things.
Yeah.
Trust me, Nia Jax can't do anything above the entry level in wrestling things because she's not that good, but she's even worse than she should be. She hurts people.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't really have an opinion of what they should do with her. I guess I do. I don't think that they should push her. I know that the hinted feud right now is her against Ronda Rousey. She's supposed to be like the next big number one contender. And like she's formed this stable with Tamina. So now they're kind of pushing towards this feud with Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey is a celebrity. She's an attraction. Do you really want
you can't actually
someone
hurt
like
her.
that in the ring with someone that's as dangerous as Nia Jax?
Yeah. To me, it seems like the feud should be Becky comes back and then beats the fuck out of her.
Well, see, now the rumor is that that's going to be the Mania main event, which I don't know how I feel.
Well, no, I meant beat Nia's ass.
Oh, beat Nia's ass? That would be
better. Then she
does Becky even want to work with her after that?
True. And then I'd say, like, after that, I mean, Becky's going to face Ronda down the road no matter what.
Becky did tweet, though, and said something to the effect of, Nia, I haven't forgotten you. Like, you're going to use yours.
And called her, like, a bitch. She's like, I haven't forgotten you, bitch, or something.
Yeah, so Becky will get hers on Nia Jax. Now, on to Becky Lynch is because people are saying this is a blessing in disguise. This was supposed to be the Survivor Series main event, the money match. The people are making this sound like this is goddamn Hogan versus Andre. And I'm just not seeing it. Now, Becky's hot right now. But, come on, man. Like, I haven't been watching SmackDown, true. But is she really that red hot right now?
I guess, yeah. Like, she's been doing well.
Hot as Daniel Bryan was a couple of years ago?
No. But
so what the hell?
As far as like on the women's roster, she's as hot as you can basically be at this moment.
Yeah. So I mean, that's cool, but is she really the shoe-in WrestleMania main event?
Main event? No.
People are making it seem like that. A lot of like observers and stuff like that are making it seem like her and Ronda is just like the the no-brainer main event that they can't picture any match that WWE could put together before WrestleMania that would be bigger than that.
Well, since Ronda came in, that's been the rumor that she's main eventing WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, against Charlotte, but now since Becky caught fire, and even then though, I don't think that Ronda versus Charlotte is like this no-brainer WrestleMania main event. We're going to close the show with them. It just like I've got no problem with it. Personally, I'm just saying that, like, I don't know how much of a no-brainer.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It depends on the story going in, because, like, right now the story is just, oh, I'm the champ on this side, you're the champ on that side. Like, if they can actually, like, build something memorable around it, you know?
Well, the story, apparently, that everybody wants now is that, Becky's going to either lose the title or have to vanquish it because of her injury. And then if she has to, either or, they want her to come back and win the Royal Rumble. And then say, I want Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Who's going to win that? Who's going to win the match?
At
WrestleMania.
Probably Ronda. I mean, then it would just do nothing for Becky, but I don't know.
So anyways, that's the one thing that happened. So as a result, Becky can't compete at Survivor Series. Now we have Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey. We'll make our predictions on that later.
I didn't care about the hug. Everyone was flipping out about the hug. I was like, I don't know.
I don't care about Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey. I've never cared about it.
I know, the crowd wanted Asuka.
Me and everyone in the crowd, even though I know it didn't make any sense, Charlotte is the most sensible choice for this story that they're telling now. She makes the most sense. But most people in the crowd seem to agree with her. Let's see. So,
did you get a text or something?
Agree with me. I kind of wanted to see Asuka versus Ronda Rousey.
Asuka's dead. We just need to. Asuka is dead.
She still got a big reaction from the crowd when she came out and when she went face to face with Becky. Now, I didn't like the way that Asuka was acting when she went face to face with Becky. She hopping around. I'm ready. I'm ready. You know what I mean? It made her look like a fucking loser. But somehow, some way, she's still over with the crowd. I don't understand it because they've done everything in their power to fucking murder her.
Yeah.
But I would have much rather she cross paths with Asuka and Asuka just glares at her. You know what I mean? Just kind of like the other girls did.
Yeah.
Like Charlotte did, just give her the glare. Like, yeah, like I don't even need to say anything. You know that I'm fucking badass. Like.
Yeah.
But whatever. So it's Becky versus Ronda. Now, main event. They did some crazy fucking shit, some last minute booking. Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. Daniel Bryan turns heel and beats AJ Styles and wins the title this Sunday. It's Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan.
The thing with this is, you didn't need to turn Daniel Bryan heel to have him win the title. I think it would have been completely fine just to keep him face. But from what I've read, it was actually his idea to turn heel.
So here's the timeline of events: is that Daniel Bryan, I guess, has been kind of pitching this idea of turning heel for a long time since he's come back because he hasn't liked the way that his character's been used since he's come back. He doesn't like, just kind of how everything's going. So wants to change it up and turn heel. Now, I'm absolutely in no way, shape, or form opposed to a heel Daniel Bryan.
Correct. Yeah.
Last time Daniel Bryan turned heel, I thought it was fucking awesome. That's when he started doing the yes chants. That's when he took out Big Show and Mark Henry in the steel cage. I think he cashed in and kicked Big Show in the head and won the title. And freaked out and he was obnoxious. And he was a great heel. Okay, so I have no problem with heel Daniel Bryan. And I'm sure that he's going to come up with something that's going to get him over and seriously turn him babyface again by the time fucking WrestleMania fucking rolls around.
Yeah.
The crowd's going to absolutely fall in love with him again. The problem that I have is heel Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any fucking sense at all. And I know that Daniel Bryan was pitching this heel turn, but there's no reason, because I guess they were already booking Daniel Bryan to beat AJ Styles over the weekend.
Yeah.
I guess Vince said that he did not want
to do the same thing as last year again.
He didn't want to do the rematch. So he booked that. But the thing that actually changed when Becky got punched in the face was the heel turn got pushed forward. And they decided to do the heel turn then, I guess, to get people talking, as if the title change wasn't
enough. Yeah.
Which kind of baffles me, because now you have this super weird dynamic for this match on Sunday. A match that Daniel Bryan has been wanting for a long time. A match that I've wanted to see for a long ass time.
Right.
I just don't know if I wanted to see it like this. Heel versus heel.
Like, the only way, I don't know if...
How do you... Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, like, the only thing they could do to attempt to get fans behind him is, like, have some sort of promo, like, backstage before. It's like, I just had to do what I had to do to get Brock, or just, like, I honestly don't even know what they could do.
But the thing is that he fucking jumped him after the match. He beat the shit out of him more. If it was just the low blow, and then the title win, and they just stopped it there, right? And then he cut the promo, like, listen, I do whatever it takes to win the title. I need this match with Brock. Like, this is, like, the most important thing in my career. I respect AJ, kind of like a fake thing. Like, oh, I respect AJ and everything like that. He knows that I had to do what I had to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Blase, blase. And then the next week on SmackDown, have him do the full heel thing. Like, maybe he loses to Brock after giving it everything, and he's even more frustrated. And then AJ Styles comes out, and he fucking eggs him on. Then he snaps, and then he beats the shit out of AJ Styles, and maybe gets a weapon involved, beats him with a chair and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could have done any of that, where it was like, oh, we're really hinting at a heel turn. It's definitely coming soon. You know what I mean? But it's not all the way there yet.
Yeah, because it was just kind of out of nowhere. Because at the beginning of the show, like, when they said that, it was like, okay, well, he's beating the shit out of AJ, like, before even the match. And it was just like, the week previous to that, it wasn't like that at all. Like, you know what I mean? It was just kind of like out of nowhere.
Well, they did an angle the week previous to that where I think Daniel Bryan snapped and he was like putting Samoa Joe in the yes lock, and he was doing all kinds of crazy shit. Like, I guess he was acting erratically the week before when him and Miz were recruiting for Team SmackDown.
Oh, was he? I didn't watch that segment. But.
I didn't watch it either. This is just what I'm kind of hearing after the fact. And I did see like a thumbnail on YouTube of him getting Samoa Joe in the yes lock. And then like Miz was kind of like panicking up like above them, you know, like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Word
on the street also is that AJ's going to move to Raw.
Well, yeah, he's not getting his title back anytime soon. My concern is with the current booking. That like, how are we going to book Daniel Bryan in this match? I mean, it's got to be a competitive match, right? I mean, one would think.
I mean, it would be stupid to just do this and it's a complete, like, fucking, like, 2-minute squash. So you would think, because if it was AJ in there, it'd have to be a competitive match. They were giving them at least, like, 20 minutes, you know? But I don't know what they're going to do.
So, I mean, like, what's this going to be? Heel versus heel? But Daniel Bryan's the chicken shit heel and Brock is the monster heel? Daniel Bryan, like, fluffs a bunch and stuff in the match and everything? I don't know, because I mean, if he's a heel, you can't have Daniel Bryan going in there fucking full of piss and vinegar and he goes right after Brock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's fucking standing eye to eye with Brock and he wants him. He wants him bad. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't really make sense as like a small heel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, again, he did have a competitive matches against Big Show and Mark Henry.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, they're not booked as strong. Well, Mark Henry was booked pretty strong at the time.
Yeah, the Hall of Pain. Yeah.
He was doing the Hall of Pain thing. But Big Show, they might have booked him strong for a couple weeks for his feud with Mark Henry. I don't know. But regardless, I'm looking forward to the match. But damn, I just don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know. Just in general, just wrestling has not excited me in the longest time. Like, thank God fucking basketball's back, because, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with all this time, but I have not been
Basketball's exciting you? I guess exciting things are happening in basketball.
Are you kidding? Basketball is crazy right now.
Yeah, it's insane. I keep seeing insane-ass things happening, but here's the thing, is I haven't been keeping up that much because the Cavs are so bad that I'm still trying to, like, come down from it all because we were so good. Well, and now we're just absolutely fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
And
well, the Warriors are imploding
for now.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't expect them to lose this year or anything. So.
Right.
But I know that Jimmy Butler. This isn't two nerds conversation, but Jimmy Butler's in Philadelphia now.
Yeah.
And
besides,
Carmelo's done.
In Houston. They say they said that there's really like 3 viable options for him because no one really wants him. It's either he goes to the Lakers, the Heat, or he just retires or plays in China or something. But yeah, no one wants him. So, and then Celtics have been trash except for last night. For some reason, they beat the Raptors, and I don't know. There's just been a lot of shit going on.
Well, that's basketball. That's for our sports podcast.
Yeah,
on ESPN. So let's try and fly through some predictions. NXT Takeover is in a couple of hours as of recording this.
Yeah.
So there's 4 matches on the card, and so let's go ahead and let's fly through these matches because they're all championship matches except for
the War Games. Oh no, except the singles match.
Oh yeah, there's no tag
belts
on the line.
Yeah, it's just War Games. There's no the belts aren't on the line for it.
Yeah.
So
3 fucking championships are in the War Games match, just not on the line.
Yeah. So we got the women's championship, Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Shayna Baszler.
I would have to agree with you on that. Yeah.
She just got the belt back. She just got her own stable. Shayna Baszler.
Makes sense. Makes sense to me.
All right, so we're neck and neck here.
So, War Games match. We got Undisputed Era.
That's probably going to be the main event, by the way.
Oh, the War. Well, yeah, I would have. I mean, it's named after that.
Well, we can just go ahead and talk about it now.
Okay. We got Undisputed Era, Pete Dunne, Ricochet, and the War Raiders, which are Hanson and Rowe.
Rowe is from Cleveland, I think.
Perhaps. I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
He's straight edge, I know that.
Yeah.
Anyways, go on.
I don't know. Undisputed Era won last year, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to say Pete Dunne and Ricochet, but that just kind of seems weird to me.
Well, you got to pick something.
I think I'm going to go with that. That's fine.
All right, I'm going to change the answer. I'm going with Undisputed Era winning War Games for the second year in a row. They're about to lose their tag straps here in a couple of weeks to the War Raiders, so give them this win. And, keep them hot.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, what a cool thing for the heels to be able to brag about. They're undefeated in
War Games.
So.
Yeah. So we got Aleister Black versus Johnny Gargano.
This one's tough.
This one's very tough.
On one hand, Aleister Black just returned. He's in line for an NXT type title opportunity because he never got his rematch. And on the other hand, Johnny Gargano has just turned heel. And he could use some momentum right now because he just turned heel and he wasn't exactly lighting the world on fire on any win streaks or anything before he turned heel. So
right.
I
think I'm going Aleister Black.
I might have to go Johnny Gargano on this one. I think that Johnny Gargano wins, and then when Aleister Black goes to cash in his rematch clause,
Gargano's like, wait, I beat your ass.
Gargano's like, wait, I just beat you, inserts himself, and then we finally get the triple threat that we were supposed to get a couple months ago at the TakeOver, which leads me to my final prediction is that Tommaso Ciampa is unfortunately going to beat the Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing a retention with this one. For me, this is like the easiest one to call, I think.
Which is unfortunate. I think it's more unfortunate that I think it's so easy to call because of a couple things. One of them is that of the ongoing story with Gargano and Black. But another is that this feud that they have had has barely had any build. Like they've had like 2 segments of build in a video package. And so and in one of the segments, Velveteen Dream straight beat the fucking piss out of Ciampa and held the title up, which is basically a guarantee that he's not going to be holding the title up come Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's your sign of death.
Never touch the title if you're not champion. It's a curse.
Yeah.
Unless you're Cena, I feel like Cena can get away with it.
Yeah.
All right, so Ciampa. All right, so we've got it as we've agreed on 2, we've disagreed on 2. Let's move on to Survivor Series.
And we're starting with probably the match I'm looking most forward to of the whole night. Got Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali, the fucking match of the century here.
I know that you're a huge 205 Live fan. I haven't been keeping up on the show, so I'm not really sure what this feud's all about. But I keep hearing these 2 guys will probably actually have a pretty damn good match. So I know that Buddy Murphy's good. I know that Mustafa Ali was good in the Cruiserweight Classic. That's the last time I really seen him wrestle, so because I don't watch 205 Live. But Buddy Murphy.
I'm going to have to agree with you simply because of the name factor. So don't let me down.
Buddy Murphy. All right. Next match.
So we got the Team Raw versus Team SmackDown Tag Team Elimination match.
All right.
Would you like me to go through the teams, or are we just gonna?
Do you remember the teams?
Well, I have it pulled up.
Okay, thank God.
So we got
I know that. All right, so on SmackDown, it's like Usos, Sanity, the Bar's in the tag match. Good Lord, Raw's Gable and Rude and Lucha House Party and the Colognes on SmackDown.
okay. So Raw, we got Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, the Revival, the B Team, Lucha House Party, and the Ascension. On SmackDown, we got Usos, New Day, Sanity, the Club, and the Colognes.
All right. Are they the Club again, or are they
No,
still the Good Brothers?
I just call them that. It's just Gallows and Anderson.
Okay, the Good Brothers.
Yeah.
I gotta go Team SmackDown on this one.
I was also going to say Team SmackDown because you look at Team Raw and the majority of them are made up of jobbers or what management see as jobbers. At least SmackDown has the Usos and the New Day and Sanity. But, I mean, Ascension, B Team, and then they treat the Revival like shit. So, I mean, like, SmackDown seems like the obvious pick here, but...
Yeah, Team SmackDown.
Cool. So then we have the tag team match. We got AOP versus The Bar with Big Show.
I gotta go with AOP.
Any reasons why? Or
I just think that they're younger and fresher. Tag team that's supposed to look dominant based on their size and their in-ring style. So I think that they should look dominant here and get a win.
well, I do agree with you, but just for the sake of having different predictions, I'll go with The Bar, I guess. I mean, who knows? Big Show will fucking do something, I guess. I don't know.
It's possible that Big Show could put his hat into the match and cause a some sort of,
If anything, just a distraction. I mean, I don't know.
screwy finish.
Yeah. So I'll go with The Bar. Just keep it a little different, but I do think AOP is probably going to win, but I'll go with The Bar. So we got the Survivor Series elimination match, the men. We've got Ziggler, McIntyre, Strowman, Finn Balor, and Bobby Lashley versus The Miz, Shane, Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, and Jeff Hardy.
So I think I have to go with Team Raw on this one. And for bonus points, I'm going to say Drew McIntyre is the sole survivor.
Okay. I will also go with Team Raw, but I'll say Braun is the sole survivor.
Yeah, he needs some rebuilding.
And I will also say Shane McMahon will look like a beast in the match.
Shane McMahon's going to throw those world-class working punches. He's going to knock Braun on his ass. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see Braun selling for Shane McMahon. If Undertaker can do it, Braun Strowman can.
Yeah. So now we'll do the women's match. Mickie James, Nia Jax, Tamina, Natalya, and Ruby Riott versus Carmella, Naomi, Sonya Deville, Asuka, and To Be Determined.
Okay. I'm going to go Team SmackDown here. Bold prediction is that they start trying to rebuild Asuka, and she's the sole survivor for Team SmackDown. Also, another bold prediction. I guess it's not that bold because it's already rumored. Nikki Cross is the mystery member for Team SmackDown.
Yeah, I've kind of figured that because she was like flipping out the past couple weeks. I saw some thumbnails of her just like running around being crazy. So I'm also going SmackDown. I don't know. I feel like Asuka is also the one you would pick as a sole survivor, but just to keep it different, I'll say. I don't know. I guess I'll say Asuka because we don't know who the to be determined actually is. I mean, I could say
maybe it's Asuka. If Nikki Cross does come out, then I would say that there's no sole survivor. that it ends with like Asuka and Nikki Cross get the win
Yeah.
for Team SmackDown. They're both still in it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've got a singles match between two champions. We've got our Intercontinental champ Seth Rollins versus the United States champ Shinsuke Nakamura.
I think that this is a no-brainer, but at the same time, WWE doesn't think like me. And so things that I think should be super fucking easy to call are just not. Shinsuke should win this. Like, just not even like a fucking second thought. Dean Ambrose should come out, distract Seth Rollins, Shinsuke picks up the win. The way that they've been building this match with the whole thing of like Seth Rollins, like, I don't care about this match, blah, blah, like, I don't care about Shinsuke Nakamura. He's writing the match off, which to me should, like, say his head's not in it, Shinsuke should win.
Makes sense. I mean,
Give him the distraction to protect Rollins, and Shinsuke still gets a little bit of rub from it because even though he is an afterthought, every win counts. It's better than not being on the show at all and not even being remembered.
yeah, we seem to agree with this one as well.
But I could totally see them having Dean come out for the distraction, and then Seth like does the suicide dive on Dean, rolls into the ring, false finish with Shinsuke like trying to get him with the roll up or something, and then Seth still fucking wins the goddamn match.
I mean, it's possible.
WWE does shit like that. They do shit like that a lot, so that wouldn't shock me, but it would sure as fuck piss me off. I'm wearing my Nakamura shirt right now, so I mean, give the man some love. Bring him back to life. Jesus Christ, he's the president of Knock America.
Yeah.
Show some fucking respect.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess we're both going with Shinsuke.
Yep.
But there's definitely going to be Ambrose is going to be involved in some capacity.
Yeah.
So
he's not on the show, so.
Yeah. So now we have Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan. Heel versus heel singles match. Are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the time.
Oh, okay. It's 5:46.
Yeah, I see that now. All right. Okay. Heel versus heel. I mean,
I think it's stupid to bet against Brock Lesnar, but I don't know why they would. I don't know. It's just really weird.
Brock's winning. The question is whether or not he's going to win in dominant fashion or if it's going to require an AJ Styles run-in. I just don't see a scenario where a heel Daniel Bryan has Brock Lesnar so against the ropes that it causes AJ Styles music to hit to turn the tides.
Yeah.
I just don't see him booking a heel that strong at Daniel Bryan's size. So
yeah. If this was face Daniel Bryan, it would be a little tougher. But I don't think
I would probably
no matter what, you can't bet against Lesnar right now.
Yeah. So yeah, it's got to be Lesnar, which is disappointing because this match should have been the WrestleMania main event a couple of years ago. Daniel Bryan should have won the Royal Rumble and challenged Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania and fucking beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But, you know, dreams don't come true, I guess. So.
Well, at least Rollins got it, I guess. But, and then our last match, Ronda's winning this, right?
It's kind of tough to call. I honestly feel like there might be like a no finish, like a draw or some sort of indecisive finish because I mean they're still high on Charlotte, even if the crowd isn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I guess if I were a betting man, I would put my money on Ronda Rousey.
Very cool. So, our predictions are pretty much the same. We have a couple differences, which will determine our challenge. Whose theme were we doing? Did you say Velveteen Dream?
Tyler Breeze.
Oh, Tyler Breeze. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is not on the show?
It's actually kind of danceable. So is Fandango hurt?
I don't know.
I think he is, and that's why the Fashion Police didn't end up on one of them fucking tag teams.
The Jobber Squads.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, normally this is where we end when we're talking about wrestling, but we still have a few things to get on the table here.
Hold on, before you get into the things we talked about earlier, I just want to say I'm not sure if you were aware. Oh, actually, I told you last night.
You did. Yes.
Yeah. So, was that what you were going to bring up next?
We can. Yeah, that's fine. Your boy.
My boy finally made it onto the Jump Force roster. Kenshin Himura and Makoto Shishio, which is one of the major enemies in Kenshin, both on the Jump Force roster. No amount of child pornography could stop this from happening. So, thank God.
Yes.
But also an interesting announcement is that Cell and Piccolo have made it onto the Jump Force roster. This is basically Dragon Ball Z versus the world at this point.
Yeah.
I think that it was interesting that those two made it on. I feel like those are kind of like DLC
type things, yeah. Like buy like a Dragon Ball pack or something.
Yeah, they're on the entry roster there, which is cool, especially for Piccolo. I think deserves to be in there since he's an iconic Dragon Ball character. Cell, though, man. Oof. Cell should probably definitely be DLC, like in a DLC pack with like Majin Buu and
other lower tier kind of stuff.
Majin Buu and fucking Krillin or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyways, any thoughts? Are you getting Jump Force?
I don't have a system to play it on at the moment, but if I end up getting a PS4...
Is it not out on Switch? Is it not coming to Switch?
I don't believe so. If it comes out on Switch, I might pick it up, but I don't think it is.
All right. Anyways, move on. Next subject.
Well, do you want to stick with Japanese characters? Why is Pikachu not in Jump Force is the question here.
Because Pokemon's not a Shonen Jump property.
Oh, okay. That explains that very easily.
Yeah. Glad that I could get that out of your head.
Glad you could clear that up.
I could just fucking step right on that fucking idea and fucking kill it.
So we have our first trailer for Detective Pikachu.
It's weird. It's weird, man. I don't know what you think about it. Like, it's kind of hype, but at the same time, it's just super fucking weird.
Honestly,
Ryan Reynolds as a wisecracking Pikachu is every bit as awkward as I thought it would be.
if you want my honest opinion about it, I think it looks kind of good. Like, honestly. But
I think so. I honestly think so, too. But at the same time, I still can't shake this whole weirdness to it.
Yeah. At least they're doing it where it's just the kid that can hear him. Like, I didn't want Pikachu just walking around like Meowth and he's just like cracking jokes and everyone can understand. It's like something this kid has. He has like a special something where you can hear Pokemon talk or whatever. So
Just Pikachu. Because I don't think he's hearing any of the other Pokemon.
Well, the only one you ever see him interact with besides that is Mr. Mime, and he doesn't talk anyway.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
One thing that I really do like in this
There's a cat in my face.
All right. So one thing I really do like about this is that the CGI
It's so good. It looks
the
so good.
The designs of the Pokemon are so good and so traditional, but they've added that texture to them that kind of puts them in this like real world setting. So like they have a texture to them now where like you can see all of Pikachu's like fur and stuff on him and everything, and like you can see like Charizard's kind of scales. But they're still instantly recognizable. That they haven't changed like the really basic outline of any of the Pokemon.
Yeah.
And so I'm really happy with how the Pokemon look in this movie.
Yeah.
I just don't. I just never pictured Pikachu as a wisecracking Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
So like that's just the thing that's always got
But
me.
now
So
it's all you picture.
and I don't hate it. It's just something so new to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've always pictured Pikachu that if he was going to talk, he'd be saying something cute. Like, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I don't know what Pikachu would ever have to say until now. So,
Well,
but this is not the same Pikachu.
Like,
this is not the same
don't give up,
Pikachu.
Ash, or something. You know that thing.
But this is not Ash's Pikachu. There are more
No,
Pikachu than.
This is just any Pikachu, which I've already kind of told myself is like, I'm assuming that all Pikachus have different personalities, and so that if you could understand what they were saying, they'd probably all be saying different things.
Yeah.
So
So
you got the wise Pikachu here.
how do you feel just in general on the premise of the movie? I guess like the whole not doing like going to gyms and catching Pokemon. It's like it's a little like side story kind of thing. Like it's not like the traditional what we know Pokemon as. To me, I think it's fine because there was no way you could do it like a Pokemon game or like the anime and have it be done correctly, I guess. Unless it's gonna be like a fucking mini series where it's like 10 episodes or something, like a long ass thing, you know what I mean? Like there's no way to do it in a feature film kind of format.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm cool with it because I mean, honestly, do we really need the traditional Pokemon story? It's been done to death. Like they do it in every Pokemon game. You have to do this shit, and you got the Pokemon series, the Pokemon movies. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it's there. It's there. If you want to see that story play out, you already have basically every other form of Pokemon media to play that story out. So this is cool. And it's based on a video game, right? It's based on another video game, isn't it?
I don't know. I could not tell you that.
I think someone told me that there is a Detective Pikachu game that exists. Maybe for like DS or something. I don't know.
Maybe. I know there's one game, it's like, there is some sort of like detective type game. I don't know if it's Pikachu, but I remember something where like, it's like water Pokemon versus like fire Pokemon, like mysteries and stuff. I can't remember what it's called, but it was for a handheld system. It would have been for DS. But, yeah.
Whatever. I mean, I'll be going to see it. You'll be going to see it. We'll be covering it on the podcast if we're in season.
If we are in season at the time, yes.
But I'm sure we'll be covering it on the podcast.
At some point, yeah.
Detective Pikachu. If you haven't seen the trailer, go ahead and check it out. And then leave a comment in the comments below. Let us know what you think. And while you're at it, smash like on this video.
Yeah, but we're not done yet. But one more thing about Detective Pikachu. I just think kind of in general, because you were talking about the Pokemon formula has been done to death. I kind of think the crime movie and series has also been done to death. I would have liked to see something a little different with it. Like Indiana Jones Pikachu type movie, like sort of like an adventure or something. But I don't know.
The adventure movies have been done to death. Everything's been done to death. I'm just talking about what's been done to death within the realm of Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is it.
Yeah, this is certainly different for Pokemon. But I guess on a sad ending note,
By the way, it's more of like a buddy cop movie at this point.
We just got that with Puppets earlier this year, dog. We just got the fucking Happy Time Murders cat.
I don't care about that.
Anyway.
I forgot that movie even existed. Were you like waiting for me to spit a buddy cop line?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Sad note. Bring it on. I'm ready. I'm
So
ready to cry.
Stan Lee has passed on. I don't know really what there is to say, but
There's nothing to say, man. It's just kind of eerie because I made a tweet or a Facebook post or whatever, and it was absolutely 100% true, is that a few days before it happened, I was legitimately wondering how much longer we were going to have Stan Lee around.
Yeah.
It wasn't much longer, as a matter of fact. So it's really sad. Dude was an absolute fucking legend, undeniable legend, and a great guy. It was always a pleasure. Like, all of his cameos are funny in the Marvel movies. I know I don't really keep up with them that much anymore, but I mean, I did just see him recently in Venom. He made a cameo.
Yeah.
So,
And they did film his cameo for the Avengers already, so he'll be.
yeah, I'm sure he's got like 5 Marvel cameos already filmed, ready to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, it's sad. But I mean, what can you do?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I never really had like that much of a super strong connection to him because I wasn't really into the Marvel stuff as a kid. I appreciate like what he did for the genre, especially because like I guess I can kind of compare him to like Rod Serling from Twilight Zone, where he's tackling some of these issues that wouldn't be talked about normally or can't be talked about, but you do it in a way where people aren't going to question you, where you make like the social injustices or prejudices, you turn them into mutants and it's fine. But if you're talking about racists or whatever, like you can't like publish that kind of shit. But like, you know what I mean? Like you're kind of doing it in a way where you can get away with it.
He made imperfect superheroes, which I think was the best thing about Marvel. Is that like a lot of these heroes had character flaws. They were more relatable than, say, Superman or even Batman at the time. Even though Batman, his parents were murdered, I don't know how much the early comics really liked to delve into his troubled psyche, though. That's like
it was campy until later.
It's a huge thing now to really show Batman's like internal struggle, but I don't know if at the time his parents being murdered was more of just like a motive as opposed to like something that really scarred him for life that they really explored later, well after Stan Lee started creating characters like Spider-Man, who were just like a constant personal struggle, was like balancing being a superhero and his life and stuff, and just shit was always happening to Spider-Man. He was not perfect. He made mistakes, and same goes, like you said, for like the X-Men. They were kind of outcast by society and all this stuff. I'm not even 100% sure of all the characters Stan Lee had a hand in creating because there's so many of them. But he was a legend, an icon, and he changed comic books and superheroes forever, and in a great way.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that I would be into superheroes without Stan Lee's influence. So
yeah, and he's really like the last like comic book, or really one of like the only comic book creators that like has like a face to him. Like, you know what I mean? Like people write comics, but he's like really like someone that everyone kind of knows who he is.
He is the face of like the comic book industry. You can't really think of anybody in DC that like really like pops out at you like Stan Lee. Now there's like people that have worked on comics. There's big names, but like you said, none of them really have a face. Not everybody knows what Alan Moore looks like. You know what I mean? Like they just know he did cool comics. But like everyone knows who Stan Lee is, what he looks like, and what he's famous for. So like, even though I just said I don't even know all the characters that he did, but I mean, there's just too many to fuck. Like, I'd like to think, I'm sure he even had a hand in like giving Iron Man like his alcoholism and shit like that, his battle with alcoholism. So, Stan Lee, I don't know. There's nothing more to be said. He changed comics forever, and he's going to be forever remembered as probably like one of the single most important people to superheroes and comic books in history.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's it for this week. As Jared said slightly earlier, make sure you guys leave us a comment down below, smash like on this video, share it with a friend, and always subscribe to the channel and click on that notification bell.
By the way, I wasn't trying to get out of the podcast, so I was just throwing the smash.
No, I
like.
know. I was just saying. I knew you weren't trying to get out of it. And no
Make
star
sure
review.
you hop on over to my channel. Links in the description. I don't need to plug Buddy's channel over here because you're already on Buddy's channel. So hop on over to my channel. Check out my summon videos. Check out my Michael Myers mask, ranked worst to best. And slap a like on those videos and make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to 69 subscribers. Can we do it? So let's get to 69 on over on my channel and check it out. I actually got another follower on my channel who actually watches the damn videos and comments on them.
Really?
So, yeah, that's crazy. It's humbling. Yes. So
No Star Reviews ate the Dairy Queen steak burger today, so people have that to look forward to as well.
Yeah, come on over and check out No Star Reviews channel. I also don't have to plug my other dude's channel, and I don't feel a need to subscribe to him because he hasn't uploaded a video in years.
Yeah.
He just watches YouTube, I guess. Like,
yeah.
One of those. He's just a customer. He's just a consumer.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, that's about it for this week, guys. And we are two nerds. This has been a podcast. This
Dynamite! Jared!
Oh, you are?
See you guys next week.
All right.